Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I don't know if I've already spoke to you already on this video. If I have, just ignore my second greeting. But we are going to make a quick supper. It is, well, it's not really that, it's quick in throwing it together. It does bake for a little while, but we're going to make open a can and dump chicken pie, and it is absolutely my kids and grandkids' favorite chicken pie. They love it. So I'm opening a can of chicken. I'm going to drain it. I'll see you back in just a second. If you have a Sam's membership, their canned chicken is my absolute favorite. It has the cleanest ingredients. It is all it is salt, water, and chicken. Pretty sure. Chicken, water, salt. No preservatives, no MSG. Fully cooked, distributed by Sam's. It is my favorite chicken. So, actually, I usually put that in later. But I'm just taking a fork. Let me get you turned down here. I'm taking a fork. And I'm just kind of breaking it up a little bit. Now, I usually double this recipe, but Bryant and I are kind of empty nesters now. So there's no need to double it. Although we probably still could eat it with no problem. Eat 2 pies with no problem. Okay, so I'm going to add in a can of cream of mushroom soup. That was a lovely sound, wasn't it? Okay, and so to my can, my empty can, I'm putting a packet of chicken gravy in there. I'm telling you, this is my not at all homemade chicken pie. But oh boy, is it ever my children's favorite. Okay, let me grab the milk and I'll show you what we're going to do there. Okay, so I put that gravy mix in the empty can of cream of mushroom. The only reason I do that is to clean out any soup that's left and not to mess up a dish. And I'm just going to fill it about halfway full with milk. Take my fork and we're going to mix it up the best we can. If you have one of those little bitty whisks, that would work wonderfully here. I don't think I happen to have one. One of those little bitty. All right, I'm going to put just a little bit more milk. I want it to be about half a can. And once I mixed that gravy in, it went down a little bit. All right. So it's going in there. I'm going to take my fork and stir everything up. Now you can salt and pepper it at this point, but remember the gravy has a little bit of sodium in it. So does the soup and so does the chicken. So you probably don't need to add much of anything. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. Whoops, dropped my spoon. Whoops, I didn't mean to add that much. That'll be perfect. Let me grab the salt shaker. We're just going to give it just a little bit of a sprinkle. All right. Now, I have here a can of peas and carrots. I need to open this and drain it. Before I add the peas and carrots, I do want to go ahead and put in just reach in and grab a handful of cheese. This is really not a measurable item. It's just, and I use sharp cheddar. That's plenty. That is absolutely plenty. And I want to go ahead and mix that up. Reason being is the peas are sometimes fragile and I don't like to do a lot of mixing. after I add those in. Now this is a small can of peas and carrots, 8.5 ounces. If you're doubling this recipe to make 2 pies, just 1 regular size, which would be the 15-ounce regular size can of peas and carrots will be fine to do both pies. But for just 1 pie, I use the small can of peas and carrots. And if you wanted to use frozen, you certainly could. You just might have to bake it a little bit longer. So let me grab my pie crust. This is ready to go in the pie crust. I'm going to grab them out and I'll show you how I do the top. Okay, the other night I was at the store and I bought 2 sets, well, yes, 2 sets of the Marie Callender's pie crust. So it does come in a package of 2. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you how I do the top. Now you can do it however you like. I just happen to like the crunched up look of what I'm fixing to show you. But we're going to put all of this deliciousness. This is a deep dish pie. Somebody asked me on the chocolate pie video if it was what size pie crust. It doesn't say what inch. It just says a deep dish. So obviously hers only comes in 1 size. And I'm going to be sure to get all of this goodness out because I'm telling you, this is the best chicken pie. I guess it's more like a chicken pot pie, but it is so good. Look at that. And if you don't like cream of mushroom, you could use cream of onion. You could use cream of chicken. Did I say cream of onion? I meant cream of celery. I don't know that cream of onion would be good. But I do have a chicken dish with creamy onion soup in it. And I just like to break apart the pie crust and just kind of start puzzle piecing it together. The whole thing. I overlap. That's totally fine. It just kind of gives it a different look, different texture, different everything. All right, I think that's plenty. I'll put one more little piece right there. Okay, so I've just crumbled it up on top, layered it best I can. It's going in a 350-degree oven. I'm not sure exactly how long. The main thing is getting the crust brown. Now, let me stick it in and then I'll come back and talk to you for just a minute. There is a little bit of a learning curve to this when it comes to if you're wanting to slice it as a whole piece of pie. So hang on, I'll be right back. Let me get it in the oven. So here's what the learning curve is. If you want it to come out nicely in a slab, then you want to cook it ahead of time and then just reheat it, or slice it and then heat it in the microwave. But because when this comes out of the oven, it will not have sat up. It'll be very kind of runny. When you slice it, everything will just kind of run. That's the way I like it. I like it fresh out of the oven. That's the way I prefer it. But if you're wanting it to be a little bit more solidified and cut nicely, then you want to cook it ahead of time, let it cool down, and then figure out a way to reheat it. We usually just slice it, put it in the microwave, and reheat it. But this is actually the best way, is right out of the oven when it's done. But it does set up a little bit if you cook it ahead of time and get to it later. So, all right, I'm going to clean up my mess. I'll bring you back in just a little bit when it's ready. Well, it's just going to be a day of pies, it looks like. So let me tell you about the chicken pie. First, let me show you what's left. We didn't do a taste test because one, Judah was here, Levi was here at first, and it just doesn't work well. But that is what is left. This was to be mine and Bryant's supper, and then our either our supper again for today. This is the next day. Our supper for today, or our lunch for today. One or the other. But as you can see, there's nothing left. So, I mean, there's just a little, and I'll eat that. I will. It was so good. It was so funny. It came out of the oven. I sat it out. We ran and checked the chickens, and because we got chickens back yesterday. What else did we do? We did something else, and we came back, and Isaac took a spoon and just kind of went in it and took a bite. Then Levi went in, and then Jude, and then Caroline. I was trying to send the boys home so we could film a taste test. Isaac was leaving, so Levi wanted to ride with Uncle Isaac, and so Isaac took Levi home. And Judah says, "I want to stay and eat supper with you, Bubbles." And I said, "Okay." And so he ate 2 helpings of chicken pie. I had 1. Bryant had 2. Anyway, that's what's left of the chicken pie. Judah went crazy over it. He normally does not eat green peas, but he was eating them right. I mean, he wasn't skipping anything. He was eating the crust. He was eating everything. It is such a good, I know it sounds like, because there's nothing homemade about it. Everything is store-bought, but you got to try it. It is so good and so worth it. So I figured we'd just make this video all about pies. And the other day I made a chocolate coconut pecan pie, and it got me to wanting my chocolate chess pie. So that's what we're going to make. I've got to get the pie crust out of the freezer, pie crusts out of the freezer, and I'll meet you back right here. So the other day, you guys asked me about, I'm checking to see if my green light's on. You guys asked me if I liked the Marie Callender's pie crust, and made them with the chocolate pecan coconut pie. I also used them last night with the chicken pot pie. Absolutely amazing. They were so good. Now today I'm just using the Great Value brand. I could not find anywhere on the packaging to tell me what size, if it was 8-inch or 9-inch on the Marie Callender's. But I just couldn't. And I didn't take time to get a measuring tape out. And actually these don't, oh, these are 9-inch. The Great Value brand, the ones we're using today are 9-inch. So, okay. All right, let me get my mixing bowl and we will get this started. All right, I'm going to use my red mixing bowl. I washed it up and had it drying over there, so it's ready to be used. Let's go ahead and we're going to use 2 cups of sugar. I'm going to mix all the dry ingredients first. I think the cocoa blends a little bit better when you have it mixed up. So 2 cups of sugar. half, 1, half, 2. All right. And we'll set that aside. Okay, and so to our sugar, I'm going to add, there they are, 2 heaping tablespoons of all-purpose flour. 2 generous tablespoons. Did I say teaspoons? I meant 2 generous tablespoons of flour, all-purpose flour. Okay, so to our sugar and flour mixture, I bought a new cocoa and didn't have to use it the other day. I just finished up my old one, but it gave me a new one to have here ready to be used. And I like to just go ahead and get everything off, even though I don't need it off. I'm going to go ahead. All right, so to this, we're going to add in 4 tablespoons, and I don't level off. I just go with what? 4 tablespoons of cocoa. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's all of your dry ingredients. I don't add any salt because I use salted butter. But if you use unsalted butter, here's a good time to add in a little pinch of salt. And so I'm really just mainly looking for any clumps that need to be broke up, any clumps of flour or sugar. Cocoa rarely clumps. I mean, okay. So that looks good right there. Okay, so to this, we're going to add in a stick of melted butter. And I'm just going to add all my wet ingredients before we stir it up. Okay, and I'm just going to crack my eggs in that bowl instead of messing up another one. That'll save me one dish. Crack your eggs in a separate bowl just in case you get any shells in there. You're not fishing out of your whole batter. Or in case if you're using farm fresh eggs and let's say you have one that was bad and you didn't know it and you didn't take a whiff and you just dumped it in, your whole batter is ruined that way. Okay, set that aside. I'm going to go in with vanilla and a cup of milk. And that was like a couple teaspoons of vanilla and a cup of milk. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all there is to this chocolate chess pie. And we're just going to mix it all up, whisk it all together. Now, when this bakes in the oven, it does come out with a crust on top. This is not a puddingy. It's more of a fudgy type pie. It does not have, it's not like chocolate pudding. Now, you can get this out early, out of the oven early, and it be kind of ooey gooey like a lava cake almost, or you can bake it until it's, you know, fairly solid. And that's what I try to do. In fact, that's why I started leaving the heaping tablespoons of flour. Instead of leveling them off, I just added a little bit more flour, and that seems to help them set up a little bit better. My oven is preheating to 350 degrees. And this makes 2 pies. So we have our store-bought pies here, pie crust. And I'll try my best to get every ounce out of my bowl. Caroline, if you know, Caroline is my daughter. Her and her husband are expecting their third child. And she's going to be tickled pink when she finds out Mama made chocolate chess pies. She will definitely be over tonight, I'm sure, for a taste. All right, these are going in a 350-degree oven for approximately 30 minutes, but I take the rack as I'm pulling it out, give it a little jiggle, and if it's any jiggling, I'll let it stay in there. So, all right, I'll bring you back in when we get ready to take it out. You may or may not have noticed that I have a little friend here today. This is my friend, King Kong. I haven't seen the new movie, so I don't understand the arm. But anyway, Judah likes King Kong and Godzilla. So for his birthday, several people got him these. And so one got left here. And I just realized it was sitting out on the counter. So I just thought I'd show you my little friend and protector today. So, yep, I am a friend of Kong. So anyway, I just thought that was funny. I was kind of picking up the kitchen and I thought, I wonder if they saw King Kong standing over there. Anyway, all right, so the pies are in the oven. The timer is set. I'm working on laundry. I'm going to fix to get ready to go out and mow. I'm going to see if I got a tank top. Sorry, I know that was loud. I'm going to see if I got a tank top or something so I can get a little sun on my shoulders. And so we'll come in for the taste test in a little bit. Y'all, if you watched yesterday's video, you know, let's see if it was yesterday's. May have been the day before's video. I don't even remember. But anyway, I had a facial. And I'm so not wanting to put anything on my face until I'm going somewhere. So I don't know when you'll see me with makeup again, but hopefully it won't be too terribly long. So I will bring you back when this pie is out of the oven. I'm sorry you missed the taste test of the chicken pie, but as you can see, it is absolutely one of our most favorite quick and easy suppers. I can throw it together of a morning, go ahead and bake it and then have it out, or it is absolutely delicious. So, all right, I will see you when we come back for the taste test. Okay, everybody, here they are out of the oven. You can see how it has this little crust on top. I may have left them in a little bit longer than I had intended, only because I got sidetracked dealing with something. And, but they're going to be delicious. The crust didn't get too brown or anything, so that's perfect. I'm not real happy with this crust. I can see that it's breaking a little bit, but that's okay. The Marie Callender's was excellent. And my favorite kind of pie crust is the kind that's in the refrigerator section that you unroll and it's already flattened out, but it's not already in a tray. You put it in a glass pie plate. Those are the ones I really enjoy using. But the Marie Callender's were excellent. And these are going to taste good. They're just kind of crumbling a little bit. Okay, so when they cool and ready for the taste test, we will give them a try. Can't let you see me right now because I'm in my mowing outfit. And I'm going to go outside and mow the yard. All right, everybody. It is time to try yet another chocolate pie. This is my chocolate chess pie. My mama passed this recipe down to me. It's like a regular chess pie, but with chocolate. And
take a bite.
It is. Oh, I'll gladly take a bite.
I know the answer to this one. Mm-hmm. I've had this one a couple of times. You think? Microphone on?
So good. Yes.
Yeah, it's on. Here we go. That one, the consistency of that one's better than the last one.
Well, the other one, that was the first time making it. And this one calls for flour. The other one did not.
Yep.
Does a body good.
Perfection. What do you think?
This is Caroline's favorite. I don't know that I've told her I have it made, and it's over here. I'm good.
Sure.
Yep.
Perfect.
It is so good.
Put a meringue on that right there. Go.
A meringue? Really?
I like it either way. With or without.
I don't think I've ever done it with.
Yeah. I'll put it in it.
All that's left is the crust. He's got to quit eating it. All right. Well, there you have 2 wonderful pies. Our chicken pie.
She's trying to sabotage my schoolgirl figure. Don't you think?
Yes. Hey, come tell him about the chicken pie. My dump and nothing homemade chicken pie.
Oh, it's always delicious.
It is so good.
You talking about the one that's got peas and carrots?
Yes.
Yeah, it's always good.
It is so good.
We had that Monday night for supper.
Yes. I mean, and
delicious.
You're literally just opening stuff and mixing it together, and it is so good and so delicious. So anyway, you gotta try both. So this has kind of been a pie week. We've done the chicken pie, we've done the chest pie, we've done the other chocolate coconut pecan pie. So I've got a set on pies. So all right, so thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you were here. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.